Hi everyone, this is Corwan and you are watching the 7th episode of my Drive Beyond Horizons playthrough. In this series, we are trying to collect and restore beautiful classic vehicles like this Musgoat before they are inevitably taken away from us. Now, as you can see, I've already completed the Musgoat. We have given it a proper polish and a beautiful coat of color in the last episode. The next car I would like to work on is the TriClops. Now, in the next episodes, you will hear me refer to the TriClops as Tucker, Torpedo, or T48. It's all the same. As I'm sure that most of you are aware, the Tucker 48, also known as Tucker Torpedo, was an actual legend in automotive history, and I'm very happy that the developers actually brought this car into the game. Although, it is strange how those cars ended up along this road, because only 51 of them were ever built. Technically 50. The one that was built at first was the real Torpedo. It had a very special feature. The front wheels had their own wheel wells that turned together with the wheels. So essentially there wasn't a single body with wheel arches. The wheel arches were affixed to the wheels and turned together with them. And the headlights were mounted on them, so whenever you turn, the headlights turned as well. Which, as you may know, is a feature that has been making its comeback in the past, I don't know, 10 or 15 years maybe, as a real innovation. But hey, Preston Tucker brought that to his car some 70 years ago. So yeah, there is the legend of the TriClops, Tucker 48, and here's the legend of me once again failing at very basic stuff, such as releasing the handbrake before we go. Some would say that is the most basic thing in the world. Now, for today's episode, I would really like to make progress on the Tucker, or the TriClops, which means either we will have to come across a number of parts or the TriClops body, in which case we will swap the ladder for the TriClops and continue this little train forward. It is really hard to predict what the game will throw at us, though. So I was right. The first stop is always a bust. Well, at least we did get some fuel and some oil. But let's drive on and see what the game has in store for us. Otherwise, I'm really looking forward to finding some Tucker parts, or maybe the Tucker frame itself. It'll be extra work to actually swap the Dada for the Tucker, but that is the kind of work that I'm excited to do, because it means we will be getting closer to our goal. And just a couple of minutes and a hill later, we are coming up to our second stop. This looks like a billboard. Let's give it a chance. Usually they don't have much in terms of parts, unless there's also a car right next to it, like this Musgoat. I would have been so grateful for this a couple of episodes earlier. But hey, there could still be something. You know, like laying around, buried in the ground. No? Oh well. Well, didn't find much. Let's keep going. And, oh, okay. Somewhat frisky, eh? Okay. Back on the road. And, I think we'll probably fast travel to the next stop and next stop until we find something that really is worth it. But honestly, a view like this is definitely worth the time. Wouldn't you say? Sunrise, a beautiful Mustang, driving on a lonely road. In a world where everything has fallen apart, it is one man, one car, on one road that will make a difference. The Apocalypse Rider, coming to a cinema near you. Well, looks like the Apocalypse Rider is actually arriving to a gas station not very near you, I would assume. Okay, well, let's see what we got here. I don't see much in the term of cars. We got some fuel, a lot of crap everywhere around. Okay, let's check this one out quickly, and we might have to jump through a couple of stops before we get something good. But it didn't take even one stop for me to lose something. Please notice the trampoline right there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Speed bumps can be quite dangerous at this kind of speed. Yeah, that was one advantage of the Dada. It never had enough power to get us to that kind of speed. So there was no risk of just flying over a speed bump. And we're coming up on a rest stop. Now these always look kind of funny to me, because from far away those two bottles sort of look like a tower of a church or a cathedral. So I'm like, is there a church? And then we come closer. Well, there's definitely something to worship here. That is booze. Sadly, this stop didn't give us much. Just this van and parts for it, and some other minor things, but nothing serious, so let's skip ahead. Huh. Well, I guess the game has decided to return the trampoline that we forgot at the other stop. Thank you very much. That is very much appreciated. Hey, calm down, calm down. Okay, gotta stop the car. There we go, good. Now, where did the trailer go? Might as well be lost, I suppose, at this point. Let's try to find it. Okay. Not there. Okay. Hey, Dada. Come on. Where are you going? No, we're not going home. We are not going home. Stop it. Stop it. Alright. Oh. There's a trailer. I guess that's ours. So. Put the handbrake on. And we need to reconnect the train. Yeah, I can't get in that way. Maybe I can squeeze in through the passenger side. Maybe. Yep. Okay. Now back up. Get the Dada. You know what? Let's make sure this is our trailer and let's check what state it's in. Okay, wheels pop, but everything else seems okay. Pretty easy. I think we got off really easy. Considering the, well, I wouldn't call it a noob moment. It was just very hard to see the speed bump at night. And, well, the Mustang is just so much better at towing that it's easy to get carried away and just speed. Well, at least that makes it a bit interesting, right? What kind of fun would it be if everything went according to plan? Right. A little more. A little more. A little more. Okay. We're there. Now I will need to replace the wheels. Well, definitely this one. So, put that down. I don't think I need the wheel itself. Yeah, good luck. Let's change that right away. Where do we have? Oh, it's the other side, of course. This one. There. Much better. And yeet. That was a lousy yeet. That wasn't much better. Okay, well, let's check the tires. Let's just make sure that nothing else got really damaged when we took that little tumble. Good. Let's go. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I think I forgot. Well, that was a big noob moment. Yeah, like an epic level 1. Well, Well, thankfully, we've noticed in time and we can fix our issue. And by fixing our issue, I mean we can reconnect the trailer and actually take it with us. Well, that was close. But we have recovered from the potential disaster and continue on our way. And thus I have arrived at a stop that will become the bane of my existence. I just didn't know it at the time yet. But this stop had something very special in store for me. No, it wasn't this beautiful orange Mustang. No. It was the other car. The Pontiac. As soon as I noticed how many parts were actually on this car, I knew that there were only two things I could do, and I would get to regret either of them. Come on, game. You're doing me dirty. All I ask for is a TriClops. And you throw me a freaking Bonfiac with so many parts. Oh. What to do? What to do? I mean, it would be a shame just to leave a nearly perfectly good Bonfiac here. Even, yeah, see? Even just missing one headlight. Well, let's see what other parts are around, or what other parts I can find in my little stash. And I'll have to make a decision. Because I've promised both to myself and to you, my viewers, that there would ever only be... okay. Right. This is definitely not the door. Yeah. I've made a promise that there would only be 3 cars, or 3 vehicles. The lead one, the project car, and the trailer. And I've also made a decision that the next car to restore should be the TriClops. But now the game is really tempting me with this Bonfiac. I mean, this is some mean AI stuff. As if the game knew what I was trying to do and just decided to throw a monkey wrench in the gears. So, do I leave it behind? Do I take it with me? Decisions, decisions, decisions. Not sure what this tire is for. I guess it's just a tire. Anyway, let's see what we can find in terms of Bonfiac parts, and then we'll make a decision about what to do. And maybe I can get someone else to weigh in on that as well. Looking at you, viewers. Wink, wink, hint, hint. Yeah, I wish the garage was not so dark. It's so incredibly unhelpful. Okay. Now that looks like a Dada steering wheel. Right. A battery. The Bonfiac was missing one, right? Can't find the battery. Where is it? Gosh. Developers, if you add a flashlight as a tool, let us be able to grab stuff when it's on. Or just don't wildly change the position and angle of the camera when it's put away, because this is just very, very unhelpful. Well, okay, now I can at least see it. Let's see if it belongs to the Bonfiac. Where does it go? Where does it go? Where does it go? Definitely not on the inside. That's something you would only see in a big truck or a van. Okay. Not the right battery. Okay, well, let's have a look around and see what else is available. So herein lies my dilemma. I have a Bonfiac that is well on its way to being completed. At the same time, the car I really want is the TriClops. What do? Do I keep working on the Bonfiac and collecting parts for the TriClops until I find it? Do I give up on the TriClops? Or do I ditch the Bonfiac? You tell me. Until next time, this is Corwan signing off.